Hello and welcome to Comedian Field in Holliston, Massachusetts on Friday, September 30th for Sport View's award-winning production of Holliston Panther Football 2022. It's found only on HCAT TV. Tonight the Panthers host the Braintree Womps of the Big State League. My name is Tom Emmons, and alongside is my co-host, the legend, Jay Wyman. Jay, the Panthers were dominated by Milton last week. What do you expect to see from Holliston against Braintree tonight?
Well, Milton is a great ball club. I mean, that's one of those things. You get beat by a better team, you tip your hat and you move on. You try and learn what you can about that. They had a tremendous quarterback in Owen McHugh, but now they come up against a team that has another really good quarterback and another good passing tandem here. They could give Holliston a go. I mean, they were a Division I team. They have a 2-1 record, and same as Holliston. But I think that Holliston, one thing that Holliston has as an advantage is, as Coach Kiley always does, they played a much harder schedule coming into this game. So this will be another big test, I think, for both teams. I'm guessing it's probably going to be a close game, but you never know. Like I said last week, sometimes when the teams are evenly matched, that's when one team just takes off and beats the other pretty handily. So we'll see how this works out.
Captains are out for the opening coin toss. Number 55, Pierce Alachi. Number 33, TJ Kiley. Number 9, Joey Gentile. Number 56, Grant Harper. And number 11, Brady Sweeney. Panthers come into this game with a record of 2-1, averaging 29 points a game. They are the MIAA Division IV power ranked number 10. Top 16 make the playoffs. Todd Kiley is their head coach. He's in his 20th season with the Panthers. His record is 159 wins against 53 losses. Braintree comes in with a record of 2-1. They are averaging 32 points a game. In Division I, they are power ranked number 13 by the MIAA. Their head coach is Lee Carlson in his first season with the Womps. He's a Braintree graduate, star football player, and track star from 1999.
1999, wow, that's young.
It was a very good year.
So Braintree won the toss and deferred. Holliston will receive.
We'll be back to bring you the opening kickoff in just a moment. And now, HCAT's onboard stats computer, Carlos Canto with Los's pregame lowdown.
Thanks, Tom. You know, these two teams got together last year, and it was the Womps that came away with a 34-21 victory over the Panthers. Big reason for that was the way they rushed the ball. They were able to rush for 248 yards on the ground. Conversely, the Panthers only able to muster up 102 yards rushing, so look for that to be a point of emphasis for the Panthers. But I think the really big stat that determined the game was turnover margin. Panthers gave up the ball -4 to Braintree's +4, so you know that if the Panthers are going to get revenge tonight, they're going to have to take care of the football and do a better job rushing the ball.
Thank you, Los. Panthers will get the ball first. Andrew Dennison and Cooper Olston back deep for the Panthers to receive the kick. Dennison's going to take it about the 10-yard line. Races up the left side. Pushed out of bounds about the 30-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will start 1st and 10.
You know, statistically last week, Holliston really didn't have too bad of a game offensively. They had, you know, Carlos sent out the stats from the last game, and it's not like they look bad. I mean, they got beat pretty soundly on the scoreboard, and that's really all that counts. But see how this team comes out tonight. I think you're going to see Coach come out and be very aggressive tonight, Coach Kiley.
Panthers coming off a 42-6 loss to Milton, but did get 300 yards plus on the ground. They're averaging 332 yards per game. TJ Kiley, the quarterback, hands off to number 3, Devin Harding. He's ahead for a couple. Harding coming into this game rushing for 252 yards. receiving for 66 more. He's got 4 touchdowns on the season to lead the Panthers.
Good running back, you know, Devin. He's come out here the last couple of years and really done a nice job. Really hard runner, quick runner. He can make us change his direction on a dime. A lot of fun to watch him.
2nd and 7 for Holliston. Harding again, left side, lots of room, 1 man to beat. He's tackled at the 45-yard line, but a first down for the Holliston Panthers.
Okay, 3 things on that. 1, nice job by that offensive line opening it up. Number 2, great job by Devin cutting through the hole. And number 3, that was a really nice open field tackle by the Braintree safety. He doesn't make that tackle, it's all over.
Panthers have 3 receivers to Kylie's right. McCarron as the tight end to the left-hand side. Now they shift into a tight formation. Handoff to Harding 3 times in a row. And Braintree says, we've seen enough of number 3.
Yeah, they closed that up nicely there. One of the things we've noticed, and of course, this happens a lot in football, probably all the time in football. Holliston really, how well they're going to do is a function of how well that offensive line does. When that offensive line is out there shooting out in winning the blocking game, Holliston's probably going to have a good shot at winning the game. They're going to get a lot of yardage and everything. If the other team's front 7 can control the offensive line for Holliston, sometimes it's a little bit tougher for Holliston to move the ball.
2nd down and 10 for the Panthers. Just underway here in the first quarter, no score. Kylie's back to pass on 2nd down, fires out to Dennison. He's got enough for a first down, breaks a couple of tackles, and he's into Womp territory all the way to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, they call that defense a cover 2. The 2 safeties are back there, and then they try and cover the offensive man, Dennison, at that point, one-on-one. I see that on both sides of the field where they're trying to take Sweeney one-on-one too. Sweeney and Dennison are very effective receivers, very fast, very quick, and they're very good hands, and they can get to the opening really quickly, which helps TJ get them the ball. So that's something you want to watch tonight.
Coming into this game, TJ Kylie throwing for 2,355 yards, moving into 7th place all-time, passing Mark Sweeney. Harding running on first down from the 36, picks up a couple.
Nice run by Harding, and you know that the initial hole opened up by the offensive line. He was able to get to the 2nd level, but some good linebacking by Braintree there was able to bring him down.
Harding was able to squeak 3 out of that play. 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. Harding stopped right away by number 40 and number 42. 40 is captain defensive end Perry Lane, and 42 is captain Joe Eckelhurry.
Well, the coaching staff of Holliston must have seen something in the films, because coming out and running that much, especially if they had a real nice successful pass play right before that. 3rd down and kind of long here, but we're definitely in 4-down territory for Holliston.
3rd and 8 after the run loses a yard. Kylie to pass, fires to the left, knocked away. Oh no, they calling it, no, they're incomplete. So that'll bring up 4th down and 8.
Yeah, that pass to Sweeney was played perfectly by the safety out there, and normally when Brady gets a ball like that, he holds on to it. That's one of those, they call those 50-50 balls, you know, Tom?
Right.
And he usually comes down with those, and that time it was played perfectly by the defensive back.
Panthers are 5 of 10 on 4th down so far this season. It's good for 50%.
Kiley, short drop. Looks right. Finds Owen McCarron, number 2. Looks like he's got enough for a first down.
You know, last season and then coming into this season, I thought that Owen McCarron has looked very good playing tight end. I would actually use him a lot more. He's had some really nice passes, and he's that guy that, you know, those tight ends, those quarterbacks, when they get in a tough situation, they like to look at the tight ends, especially when you have those 2 great receivers to the outside. The field opens up for your tight end more.
That was McCarron's 4th catch of the year. 1st and 10 now from the 25-yard line. And they go back to the ground. Devin Harding stopped for no gain on 1st down.
Ryan Brooks and Perry Lane on the stop.
You can see why Perry Lane, the senior defensive end, you know, he's out there. He does a nice job containing. We talked about this a little bit last week where we said that, you know, whoever can win the edge, that means whoever can run the edge, whoever can defend the edge the best. A lot of times, those are the teams that win games.
Second and 11. 6:09 to go here in the first quarter. Kiley to pass, fires to the left, complete to number 11, Brady Sweeney, and another Panther first down.
Well, on the last pass to Sweeney, they were able to defend it, but now he was able to use his great speed to get out there, and he was able to open up a little bit and give TJ a nice target. TJ found him, and a really nice pass play there. 5:50 left to go in the first quarter, clock running.
Brady Sweeney coming into this game number 6th all-time in receiving yardage with 934, passing Brady Wells. But first and goal for Holliston as they're in the red zone for the first time tonight. They go to Harding to the left. He slashes forward for a couple of yards inside the 5.
That was a really nice run by Harding. He got a little help there by the offensive line, and he went in and did the rest and picked up a few yards there.
Couple of yards, marking at about the 6. Second and goal.
Second and goal. Actually, they mark it right at the 5. Kiley fakes it to Harding. Looks to the end zone. Touchdown! Panthers! Number 9, Joey Gentile.
Well, that's the result of a couple things. He got some good blocking there, and he was able to roll to his left. I talk about this a lot with TJ Kiley. He does a nice job rolling, but it's even for a right-handed quarterback, he does a really nice job rolling to his left. And that kind of sometimes it upsets the defense a little bit when your righty can roll to the left like that. And they were, you know, trying to double cover. I think there's a kick by McKinley. That looks good. Yep.
McElliott up and good, and so with 4:50 left in this first quarter, the Panthers are on the board with their opening drive successful, 7-0.
Trying to finish that thought. So what happened was when you get a Brady Sweeney or a Dennison who can clear out an area for you, you know, you can get that other guy to come up, whether it's Owen McCarron or Joey Gentile to come up and go to that open area and make the catch. Nicely done by Holliston. It's a nice drive, and it also ate up 7 minutes on the clock, which Holliston wants to do. You know, they want to control the clock, and they want to get down and score.
Yeah, that was a very efficient 12-play, 70-yard scoring drive from the Panthers.
The 9th career touchdown of Joey Gentile's Panther career. That front 5 for the Panthers, number 74, Vladimir Valesky, number 7, Jack Schelling, number 55, Pierce Olachi, number 56, Grant Harper, and number 55, Jimmy Parmisi, excuse me.
Juan Lima will kick it away.
Kawhi Lima with the kick. It's going to come all the way down at the 15-yard line. And a good return out to the 36 for the Womps. Well, they'll have the ball first time tonight with 4:45 to go in the first quarter.
Number 4, Jamie Tellier. He's the quarterback here. He's a good one. He's pretty good size. He can get the ball out there a little bit, and he's had some really good games. He had a super game last week against Framingham.
Tellier is 6'5", 39 for 63 passes for 556 yards and 5 touchdowns in 3 games. First down, he hands off to number 32, running back Stephen Luongo. He's got 200 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns on the season. Second down and 8.
The right side of this Holliston defense better play out just another step or two, because they've really left that right side of the defense open. There they go. Now that's much better the way they set up here.
Tellier again to Luongo on second down, and a great stop there for no gain, maybe a short loss. The Panther defense coming into this game averaging 190 yards a game they're allowing, passing 153, but rushing only 37 yards a game.
Watch number 3 here. That's is Tellier's favorite receiver, Mario Franciosa Johnson.
Tellier back to pass.
Got him.
And he is sacked. Number 55, Pierce Olachi, got him and did not let go. So a clutch play by the Panthers on third down, bringing up a fourth down and punting situation for the Womps.
Well, that was a great job by Olachi. He got down there and he got a hold of Tellier, and Tellier wasn't going to go anywhere once Pierce got a hold of him. Clock running, 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Holliston will get the ball back here. 2 dynamic punt returners for Holliston, too.
Fair catch called for and taken there by Andrew Dennison right at the 43-yard line. The 44, that's where the Panthers will start their second drive of the night. Great field position.
Well, I'm sure what Coach Kiley would like to do right here is eat up some more of that clock and get down and score again. 2:41 left to go in the first quarter. It's too early to play the clock game, obviously, but you know, if you have 3 or 4 7-minute drives during the game, you're probably going to be in pretty good shape.
Marker down to 44. First and 10.
Handoff to Sweeney on the sweep.
Gain of about 4.
Picks up about 4 yards.
Cam Grieve.
I don't know if Brady Sweeney is able to throw the ball, but what happened there is they really overreacted to Sweeney coming around that end. If someone could have slipped out, he could have thrown him a ball, and there would have been nobody out there.
Gain of 5, second down and 5. There's a great article in the hometown pages.
Yeah, I saw it, yeah.
Pierce Olachi and Brady Sweeney, just wonderful write-up on 2 great athletes.
And they're both looking at some 3 or 4 different colleges right now.
Second down and 5. They go to Harding. No, they fake to Harding. And Kiley's got it, but he is brought down for a loss of 5.
Riley is sacked.
I'm not sure if that was a designed play.
I think he was reading the defense.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if it's designed for him to run or for him to pass. And what do we got here? Looks like a penalty against Braintree.
Wow.
Let's see if we get the signal.
Did not see any signal.
They did not signal up here. We have one of the top timekeepers in
But
the
they
state
gave,
up here.
that
with
was a
us.
15-yard penalty against the Womps.
Oh, it's a face mask.
Face mask, says Jack Harper, the voice of Holliston High School.
The dulcet tones of Jack
The
Harper.
dulcet tones, yes.
Clock running, 1:30 left to go in the first.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. Fires to the left. Sweeney on the bubble jet. He's got a first down as he fights his way all the way down to the 25-yard line.
It is a Holliston first down.
So the penalty and the quick pass to Sweeney moves the chains again for Holliston.
By the way, as a tip to the old people like me, I love these black uniforms. You can read every number. They're great, and I love when they come out in these black uniforms.
Oh, yes.
I should have said the exceptionally old people like me.
1st and 10 from the 25. Kylie's got 2 receivers split to the left. Looks right.
Ooh, nice catch.
And nice little catch by Kawhi Lima, number 14.
Well, Lima, they didn't have him for the first couple of games, and he's a really good receiver. He can help you both offensively and defensively as a defensive back. That was a really nice catch. He went down to get that.
He had 3 catches in his first game last week against Milton, 1 for a touchdown.
He comes out now, and he's replaced by Dennison. This will be unless it's an incomplete pass or something, this should be the last play of the first quarter.
Ball's at the 15-yard line. Panthers in the red zone again. Handoff to Harding. Tries to bounce it outside. He's not going anywhere. And that'll do it for the end of the first quarter. Holliston 7, Braintree nothing. We'll be back with second quarter action in just a moment. All right, 2nd and 9 for the Panthers from the 14. Handoff to Dennison on the jet play. He picks up 4 yards to the 10.
That's nice. What the speed is doing, Tom, for Holliston to get around the outside, it's widening the spread of that defense, creating some holes, making it a little bit wider, and that makes it a little bit easier for the offensive line to get those angles so that they can get a nice angle and get nice blocks in there.
Andrew Dennison, sort of the all-purpose back this year and last year. He's got over 1,020 yards all-purpose career with 4 touchdowns. 3rd down and 5. Fake to Dennison. Kylie rolls right, throws to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown! Number 2, Owen McCarron.
Gotta love that tight end play, and they're using him more and more in there. And as he gets more comfortable catching the ball, I think it'll even be more. Really nice job. Really great blocking, by the way, on the offensive line right there. As I talked about earlier, we can almost tell when that offensive line is going to have a good game. You're pretty sure that Holliston's going to have a good game.
Jack McElliott lights up for the extra point. The kick up and good. So with 11:28 to go in the first half, the Panthers score again, 14-0 over the Womps.
Well, good start, but it is just a start. There's still 3 quarters left to go here, but the way the defense is playing, the way the offense is playing right now, things look pretty good so far.
With those 2 touchdown passes by TJ Kiley, that gives him 7 on the season and 27 for his Panther career.
And he just keeps moving up this line here of the number of people that he's passing. It was really pretty incredible. Ken Dunn sent us these stats to see where in the history of Holliston football TJ is in passing yards and Brady is in receiving yards, and they're really moving up the line.
TJ's halfway to 1,000 yards this season. He's got 531 passing yards.
Kawhi Lima with the kickoff. Line drive. That might skid her out of bounds.
Yeah, it does. That'll be a penalty.
Settle back the Panthers up 5 and try it again. Or they're going to take the ball at the 35.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
They'll take the ball, I think. No, they're going to back them up.
They will re-kick.
You can, or you can either take the ball at the 40 or you can have them re-kick. So we'll see if Braintree made the right decision here. Wow, nice kick by Lima.
Wow, Lima with a high kick. Now it bounces at the 11. CJ Pacheco with the tackle. And the Womps will start from their own 34-yard line. Getting back to TJ Kiley with his 27 touchdowns. He passed a couple of baseball players on the all-time list. The great Mark Sweeney.
Yep.
Just a wonderful athlete and great baseball career.
One of the greatest pinch hitters in the history of MLB. Yep.
And one of the greatest high school players, Doug Carroll.
There you go, Dougie Carroll. Another
Passed
good
him
baseball
and
player.
moved into 6th place all time. Womps 1st and 10. Tellier to throw. Throws out in the flat to Luongo. And there's Cooper Olson, number 4, makes the open field tackle.
It looks to me like Holliston has their defense really tight. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I expected them to be a little bit wider. But it looks like they're in very, very tight, especially those front 7.
2nd and 5 for the Womps. Tellier to throw again. Complete.
First down, Braintree.
Number 29.
Dom Dionisio is the receiver. Got about
That's
7.
his first catch of the season. So first down for Braintree, their first of the game. Coming with 10:35 left to go in the first half. Tellier looks left, fires over the head of the intended receiver. Incomplete.
I think what Tellier was doing there was throwing to a spot, and I think that the receiver kind of broke off and went in a direction that Tellier wasn't expecting.
Tellier was the player of the week against Framingham, as you mentioned. They Braintree won 50-20. Tellier threw for 264 yards and 4 touchdowns.
And you can see why, because he stands up tall and he does a nice job up there.
Luongo in the middle.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Holliston bottled it up for a short gain.
That's a good play by Holliston. I'll tell you why, because now you get him in a 3rd and long situation and you can cover you. This is where you really want to watch number 3.
Francois Johnson. He was the big player for the Womps last year, averaging 23 yards a touch.
Oh, it's
encroachment.
Offsides, Holliston.
Yeah.
See, right there, Holliston kind of lined up offsides. So you got to be careful. You got to look out there and make sure that you're not lining up. I don't think they moved or anything. I think you just lined up right offsides. That's a big penalty. And again, it's only 5 yards, but it gives the offense a lot more opportunity here.
And plus it makes Coach Perry and Coach Lamarck happy. Boy, they're just ecstatic guys.
Oh, yeah. Look out for them.
3rd down and 4 make it for Braintree. Tellier's got to be quick here. They're going to run out of time. Referee's got his hand in the air, and it's going to be a delay of game.
Yep, there it goes. They lose their 5. I don't get this. I mean, if we're in the 2nd quarter. It's 9:22 left. If you're the coaching staff over there for Braintree, and it's not working, why don't you just call a timeout and get everybody back in the same classroom here?
So we're back to 3rd and 9 for Braintree.
Great blitzing opportunity here for Holliston. This is a great blitzing down.
Tell you, throws down the middle of the field, just over the hands of Mario Francois Johnson. But he was the big play guy with 165 yards last year. This year, he's got 23 catches for 359 yards and 4 touchdowns. A big weapon for the Womps.
He just got missed there. Just got missed, and a foot lower, and he scores 6 points.
Oh, he had a step.
Yeah, C.J. Pacheco came in there with some great pressure to force the incompletion.
Yeah, that's right, Los, and that's what helped. That's what I'm saying. It's a really nice blitzing down for those linebackers. Ooh, almost
Dennison
blocked.
and Olsen back to receive the punt. Dennison takes the fair catch, and
Yeah.
he is tumbled. But no call there. Panthers will start off deep in their own end.
Yeah, I thought he fair caught that, didn't he? That was interesting.
Well, he signaled fair catch and
That's-
made the catch, and then he got
I thought he
run into.
Yeah, I thought he called a fair catch. You can't tackle someone and call a fair catch, no matter how soft it is. 9 minutes exactly to go in the half.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their 13-yard line. They've stopped the Womps 2 times in a row and lead 14-0.
From the Red Sea, breaking news. Josie Quinn's birthday, I think she's 18.
Big shout out for a birthday to somebody who's in the Red Sea.
Josie Quinn?
That's Josie Quinn. Is that who it was?
That's who it was.
Happy 18th. It must be it's neon night for the Red Sea. Kylie to pass. Goes deep.
Got
looking
him.
for number 11,
Got him,
and he's
yeah.
got him.
Yeah, he's got him.
Brady Sweeney up over midfield after a big catch.
Sometimes when we're doing these games, you know, you see something. I almost said right before that pass, I almost said that this would be a nice opportunity to send either Dennison or Sweeney deep.
Well, they
But
haven't.
you're not going to believe I was going to say that because
I believe you. I believe you, Jay. Well, the Panthers hadn't gone vertical yet this game and
Well.
connected on a big completion there.
and that'll loosen them up a little bit more.
1st and 10 as they move into Womp territory. To go to Harding. Fights his way across the 45 to the 44.
But I can see now why McCarron is getting open for some of these passes because the safeties are playing up. The linebackers are kind of holding on its own. The safeties are coming up, and they're looking at the 2 receivers, the 2, Dennison and Sweeney. And who wouldn't look at Dennison and Sweeney as the receivers defensively? But that's opening up on one side or the other, either McCarron or maybe a back coming out into the flats. It's going to open something up again for Holliston.
Lima and Sweeney to the right. McCarron and Gentile to the left of the formation. 2nd down and 6 for Holliston. Handoff to Harding, and he is spun down by number 65.
Nick Tutkus with the stop in the backfield.
Yeah, that's a
Nick
great great play by him and getting in there and stopping Harding.
And that'll back him up to a 3rd and long situation, 3rd and 8, call it.
And with 7:10 about here and the clock still running, you get down to the situation. This is a big play. Well, this could be a big play either way. If Holliston can get quite a bit of yardage, some yardage out of this, they can go on 4th down. Or if they get a 1st down, it's going to really put a dent in the hopes of Braintree. Braintree's looking to blitz. Here they come.
Kylie, short drop, fires to the right, complete to Lima. He snakes his way, he's still going.
Fumble.
And the ball's on the
Yeah,
ground.
Braintree got it.
So we have our first turnover of the night, and it doesn't go the Panthers' way.
65 fell on the ball.
So Braintree takes over at their own 26 to thwart the Panthers' drive.
Well, we had mentioned that this is only Lima's 2nd game, and getting some shaking some of the rust off still. But that was a great pitch and catch there by Kylie and Lima.
So Tellier and his teammates are back on the field. Tellier fires to the right.
Foul now
Now
dropped.
Francois Johnson dropped the ball. Incomplete.
You know, that last play that Francois Johnson. I'm sorry. The last play when he got behind the defensive back here for Holliston, that made Holliston respect him a little bit and move back defensively. And that's going to open up something to give him something as an open pass.
Second down and 10 after the incompletion. They
There
fire it
is.
again to Johnson.
Yep. Great tackle. Oh, no. I thought he had him down.
He is pretty elusive, Jay. It's going to take more than one guy to bring him down.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. When you give him that much respect, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, but when you do, that opens up the short pass, and they're saying, we'll get you the ball in the open area and let you do the work that way instead of having what they call those air yards, getting the ball deeper downfield to him.
Only a gain of 2, third down and 8.
Here's a
Triple
blitz.
receivers.
Blitz.
Tellier going deep up the left sideline. And a nice catch by Dennison. His third interception of the season. Andrew Dennison's got the open field running down. And he's all the way to the Womp 40-yard line with that return. Number 6, did he? He tracked that down like a fly ball he was going after.
Well, the fly ball, or even better, that's the way he catches the ball, playing receiver here for Holliston. That was just a beautiful, beautiful throwing catch. But unfortunately for Braintree, the catch was by Dennison, and a great return, and a nice little chip block there by Holliston to kind of free up Dennison a little bit and not have a block in the back. Nicely played by Holliston.
And I mentioned it during the run back, but that is his third interception of the season. Number 6 separating himself as somebody you do not want to throw the ball to.
Yeah, and I think
don't want to target whoever he's covering.
Lima owes him a little thank you too. So, on the switch of the 2 turnovers, Holliston about evened out on that one.
We've got a 1st and 10 from the Womp 40-yard line. 5:43 left to go in this first half. Panthers leading by 2 scores.
Timeout Holliston.
5:43 to go in the half.
Well, the Panthers have just come out firing on all cylinders. I mean, to take a turnover with a turnover, that's a
beautiful.
quick turnaround.
Yeah.
The coaches talk to us about that sudden change attitude.
Yep.
All the time. What are the stats so far, Carlos? Los, you got some of the
Stats?
some of the Holliston offensive stats?
Sure thing, guys. Just quickly, first downs, Holliston running away with the 8-1, running away with it in yardage, total yardage as well. 151 total yards for the Panthers. They're holding the Womps to only 6 total yards. A lot of that coming off of sacks. The Womps only have -9 yards rushing. Conversely, the Panthers have 24 yards rushing, and both teams with a turnover each. A fumble by Holliston and an interception by Braintree.
Well, you know,
Thank you, Luz.
and on that interception, one thing they were putting, Holliston came on from the left-hand side. They came with a blitz, and they almost got to Tellier on that blitz, and I think that's what made him kind of adjust his throw. And when you adjust your throw and you have to throw up higher, the ball tends to go a little further, and that's how Dennison was able to get a hold of it.
Kylie with 3 receivers to his right, looks right, fires to Brady Sweeney on the bubble screen. He fights his way down to the 26.
Yeah, another first down for Holliston.
Definitely one of those players, Sweeney, one of those players that gets the yards after catch.
He really does.
Or after contact, even.
Yep.
Actually closer to 13, so it'll be at the 27.
Let's see what Holliston does here.
27 for the Panthers.
Clock running, it's coming up on 5:05 left to go in the half.
First and 10. Holliston's got to move here. Kylie back to pass. Rolls right. And he is sacked just around the 31-yard line.
Barry Lane with the stop.
Well, one of the things I'm glad of one of the things that TJ did there. He went down instead of as a quarterback, you don't want to keep challenging these bigger guys. But the one thing that he might want to work on a little bit is when you're going to go down, go forward. Don't come backwards and go down. Go forward and slide. Once you start sliding, they can't touch you.
Second down and 14 for Holliston. Kylie fakes it to Harding, spins left, goes deep, look into the end zone. Just overthrew Brady Sweeney.
Intended for Brady Sweeney.
There again, you got TJ coming left as a right-handed thrower, and he got that ball way downfield. Nicely played by Holliston.
It'll be third down and 14.
It's funny, I've been trying to figure out if they're what you call a left-handed team or a right-handed team, but tonight they seem to be getting a lot of success going to their left. And what's happening here, this is on the ball right now is on the right hash, so this is where they're looking to get some success out here on the left.
They put Gentile to the left of the formation. Oh, they got Lima. Lima is uncovered to the left. Oh, incomplete pass intended for Harding.
Well,
It looked like they left Lima all by himself.
Well, what happened there was TJ didn't really have a lot of time. Somebody got free and came after him, and I think TJ did a great job getting that ball off.
So 4th and 14. Panthers going to go for it. 3:59 left in the first half.
Panthers are 6 of 11 on 4th downs this season.
From the 31.
Lima and Dennison come to the left of the formation with Gentile.
Watch McCarron.
Kylie to throw. Incomplete, knocked away by number 25. He thought he had an interception.
Yeah, I think if TJ, that was, nice pass there, but I think if he lofted it a little bit more, Joey was behind everybody else there. And if he just lofted it, I think Joey could have caught it, and there was nothing between him and the end zone after that. 3:54 left to go in the first half.
So Braintree stymies the Panthers on their 4th drive of the night.
Inside handoff.
Luongo rumbles forward for a couple of yards, but the Panthers, according to Los, have held the Womps to just 6 yards rushing.
And they didn't pick up anything there.
David Villa, OZ.
So it'll be second down and 8.
Good blitz down because they're going to probably throw here.
Johnson in motion.
Nope, they don't throw.
Hand it off to Luongo again.
Nothing there.
And stop for a loss or no gain.
That's interesting call there. I thought you'd play with the clock rolling like this, coming up on 3 minutes here left to go in the first half. You'd think they'd try and get it downfield a little bit, especially because they haven't had much success running the ball.
So 3rd down and long for the Womps. Tellier with a little throw into the flat to Brooks. He powers his way close to a first down.
Yeah, but he didn't get it, and now they have a little thing to think about here. They will probably go for it, would be my guess.
Yeah, Coach Carlson's going to keep his offense on the field. 4th and 1. And there they go. Got a penalty on the Panthers.
Yeah, it's a first down. That Tellier's smart. He's making a movement there. I talked about this a couple of games ago. TJ was doing the same thing, and that movement is drawing the defense off sides. TJ was doing that a couple games ago.
Collier to pass, fires the middle. Oh!
Who was that?
That was Sweeney, Brady Sweeney, 11. Thought he had one.
Yeah, he thought he had one. In defense of Brady, that would have been an incredible catch to dig it out of the ground like that, but he saw that coming right for him.
He had a 55-yard pick six against Foxborough.
Okay.
Second down and 10. And we got a penalty,
Yeah,
probably an illegal procedure,
yeah.
against Braintree.
Yeah, Holliston's going to talk to their defensive backs. There was a little mix-up in the defensive backs there, and they had a player that.
Both teams a little bit of penalty trouble here in the first half. They each have 3. That was this one for a total of 25 yards for Braintree.
3 receivers to Tellier's right.
Now they're
second
going
down and 15.
Now they're probably blitz because they're gonna cover the man quickly.
Tellier looks left, goes deep. Receiver's got a step, but he overthrows him.
See, when Holliston gets up defensively.
Intended for Perry Lane.
Sorry, Tom. When Holliston gets up defensively there quickly, when they get into the receiver's face, that's a great opportunity to go and blitz, because what you want to do is you want to knock the receivers off their routes and give those the linebackers a chance to come in and do the blitz.
Some great pressure up the middle from David Villa.
Third down and 15. Tellier looks left.
Nothing.
Incomplete.
So Coach Kiley doesn't even have to use a timeout here, and the
clock is stopped with 1:55 to go in the first half.
More pressure this time from Pierce-Alachi.
And Braintree's now going to have to punt. So it's given Holliston an opportunity to get the ball back for the before halftime and save timeouts. Right now, I think they have 2 left.
Dennison and Lima drop back deep to receive the punt for Holliston.
You need a block punt here, Tom.
Good call.
Dial it up.
Good pressure by the Panthers, but a good kick. Dennison calls for the fair catch at the 32, and that's where the Panthers will start. They got a minute 48 to work with, and I think plenty of timeouts.
Yeah, I think they have 2 left, 2 timeouts left. But you know what I like is they have the ball on that right side again, and for some reason, like I said earlier, in that right hash, they do very well coming to the left here, and the Braintree has a tough time defending on the left. Now, they can put Sweeney out there. They can bring Sweeney across. They can put Dennison out there. They can put 3 guys out there. They have a lot of options here. .148 left to go.
They put Dennison and Sweeney to the left.
Watch McCarron to the right.
Gentile in the slot. McCarron's to the right. Kiley rolls left, and got it to Gentile on the run. And Joey G close to a Panther first down.
Yeah, they're going to give him the first down, which will stop the clock for a moment here with 1:40 left. Holliston doesn't have to use a timeout. They can get right up there and do the same thing again.
10 yards, Kiley to Gentile.
They swing the receivers around right to left. First and 10. Kiley rolls right, fires into the flat. Gentile, same play to the left.
Yeah.
He picks up another first down.
And even more importantly, he wisely gets out of bounds and saves those timeouts for Holliston with 1:18 left to go. By the way, Tom, there was some great blocking on the offensive line.
They're really giving Kiley enough time to get the ball out.
Well, right now, Holliston, the offensive line, is picking up the blitz. And if they continue to pick up the blitz, pretty soon, if he keeps being this successful, they'll call the blitz off and then give TJ plenty of time. So that offensive line is really doing its job right here.
First and 10, they're into Womp territory at the 43. Kiley straight back, drops it to Dennison. Dennison fights his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good time for a timeout here. Let's see if Holliston does that.
Yep. So Holliston takes a timeout with 1:07 to go in the first half. We'll take a quick break too. All right, out of the timeout, it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers. 1:07 to go. They lead 14-0.
One timeout left, but when you have the ball on this side of the field, there's plenty of things you can do to stop the clock. Get out of
Empty
bounds.
backfield for Kylie.
They're showing blitz, but they're not going to blitz. I think they're going to back out of it. Yep, they did.
Kylie steps up, but he is brought down.
Timeout again for Holliston.
So we'll take a quick break too. All right, 3rd and 14 for Holliston with 58 seconds to go here in the first half.
They need about 7 yards so they can go on 4th down, Tom. Here comes the blitz.
Kylie, quick throw.
Yep.
Knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
That was a nice job. What they're doing is when it looks like when one of the linebackers is showing blitz, he comes up and goes back. It's probably not going to blitz, but when a couple of them come up like that, they're both going to come. This is interesting call for Coach Kylie because, you know, you might want to punt here. There he goes. This is a good idea. Punt here, get the ball down there, make them drive with 54 seconds left. Good call here by Coach Kylie. Unless he has a fake punt here, because the punter is TJ.
Nothing up my sleeve.
Yeah.
Kylie, the punter, gets off a nice one.
Wow, it's a nice punt.
Takes a nice bounce at the 15.
Let
and
the ball, let it roll.
The Womps are going to have to let it roll inside the 5.
Don't down it. Don't down it. That's it. That's it.
And the Panthers down it in at the 2-yard line.
And that ate up quite a bit of clock there, 12 seconds, or 42 seconds left.
40-yard punt, no return.
Well, look for those neon shoes of number 3 for the Womps. If there's anybody that can gobble up big yardage, it's him.
Well, now what you want to do is you want to play your defensive backs not too far back, but just a little bit back, because if once they get the ball, you want to tackle them immediately.
Looks like the Panthers are going with 2 safeties, 2 deep.
Yeah, that's smart. It's a smart move. See if Hollis can put some pressure on defensively here.
First down, Tellier in the end zone. Takes the snap, quick throw. Intercepted! Number 6, touchdown Panthers! Sudden change right there. Andrew Dennison with his 2nd interception of the game, 4th of the year. And he turns it into a Panther touchdown.
Well, Andrew Dennison's getting another favorite quarterback here, and his name is Tellier, and he's done a great job catching the ball. That was a really good defense. You talked about that with those 2 high safeties. That was a good defense because they put a lot of pressure on Tellier, and he had no chance at all to do anything.
McElliott with the kick, chipped up and good. Well, it's not the way that Coach Kylie wrote up his 2-minute offense, but that's the way Andrew Dennison rolls. And so with 32 seconds to go in the first half, the Panthers are up 21-0.
You know, really, if you think about it, Tom, you know, Holliston had that choice. Do we punt or do we try and go for it on 4th? It was really 4th and long. It wasn't much of a decision, but it's a decision that you make it. And then Kylie, TJ, had that great punt, and the guys let it roll all the way to the end zone. Great coverage on the punt. Again, special teams can help you or kill you. You know, and right there they helped Holliston and they killed Braintree. And then Holliston came with a good defense called by Coach Athey, and they were able to get the interception. Dennison, what a night he's having, huh?
Right.
Lima will kick it away.
Lima's kick takes a bounce, taken at the 30. Womps return it out to the 41. That was Perry Lane, number 40.
Now you got to be careful here because Braintree's getting the ball after the half. I would if I was coaching the other team, of course, I'm pretty aggressive anyway. I would go right at it right now. It'd be bombs away from me. Now, let's see if they do the same thing.
Well, Tellier's thrown a couple of nice deep balls and just missed by a step. Francois Johnson in the slot to the left, and he's going deep. Almost picked off by Brady Sweeney. Boy, he timed that ball just right, but he got hooked by Johnson.
Oh, I
knocked away.
I hope if we can. I wish we had replay to see that again, because that you are exactly right, Tom. He waited to the very last second, and he made that cut, and he almost had it.
2nd down and 10 for the Womps.
Clock shows 20 seconds left in the half.
Johnson in the slot.
Yeah.
Tellier hands it off to Brooks, number 43.
They're going to let the clock
He gets
run
it to
out.
midfield, and they take a timeout. So with 12 seconds to go, 21-0 Panthers. We'll take a quick break. 3rd down and 1 for Braintree. Hand off to Brooks. Picks up a 1st down, and keeps his feet. Gain of about 10.
Took 6 seconds. That's their second timeout. They'll have 1 left.
So we'll take a break again. All right, 1st and 10 from the Panther 40. Braintree's got 6 ticks on the clock to work with. Tellier back. Now he rolls left, throws deep to the end zone. Sweeney's waiting there, knocks it down.
That'll do it.
But that was
Gentile
number 9 playing deep safety. And that'll do it for the first half. Panthers, after a great start, finished 21-0. We'll be back with second half action in just a moment. And now Los with the halftime lowdown.
Thanks, Tom. The score at halftime, Panthers leading the Womps of Braintree by a score of 21-0. As you might imagine, it's all Panthers on the stat sheet here. Total yardage, 181 yards for the Panthers. That's 166 yards passing, 15 yards rushing. For Braintree, 34 total yards, so another good defensive effort from the Panthers so far in this game. That's 22 yards passing and 12 yards rushing. First downs, Holliston absolutely dominating 11-3. And then penalties have started to become an issue in this game for both teams. Holliston had 3 penalties for 15 yards. Braintree has 3 penalties for 25 yards. And turnovers are also, starting to be prevalent in this game. The Panthers are actually winning the turnover margin by +1 to -1. Obviously, they have a couple of interceptions. Whereas their only turnover is a fumble after a long catch. Individually for the Panthers, quarterback TJ Kiley has had a very efficient, very impressive first half. He's 13 of 18 for 166 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. The leading rusher for the Panthers is Devin Harding. He's got 20 yards on 10 carries. And the leading receivers for the Panthers, Brady Sweeney has 85 yards in the first half. That's off of 4 catches. The touchdown receptions for the Panthers, Joey Gentile, he's got 1 to go along with 31 yards in the first half. And then Owen McCarron has 18 yards receiving to go along with his touchdown. And the other touchdown, a pick 6 by Andrew Dennison. He picked it off at around the 10-yard line, just scurried right in for the touchdown. And that has been the difference in this game as the Panthers look to avenge last year's loss. They're off to a good start so far in this first half, guys.
Thank you, Los.
Boy, with that, the first half that Brady Sweeney's had, he passed both Dan Barone and Topher Ryan, and he's now in 4th place all time for receiving yards. So, and if TJ keeps playing the way he's playing, he's already passed Dougie Carroll. He has a shot at passing Tyler Perino. So, I love these stats.
You start to rack up the yards.
Yeah.
You start to rack up the wins, and that's what the Panthers are on their way tonight. They got a 21-0 lead in the first half, and just did a great job extinguishing Braintree's hopes there in the last the last couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and guys, just a few defensive stats to go along with the offensive ones. You know about Dennison's 2 interceptions in the first half. CJ Pacheco, Owen Zakshevsky, and Pierce Alachi are leading all tacklers in the first half. Add David Villa into that list as well. Pierce Alachi with a sack in the first half to go along with a big quarterback hurry that he had, and a bunch of Panthers with getting good pressure on the quarterback in this first half. Brady Sweeney has 2 big pass breakups in the game, and Joey Gentile has another big pass breakup as well.
Well, you know what happens is that defensive line and that front 7, Los and Tom, they stop playing so well, and they put the pressure on the quarterback, and that's what causes some of those interceptions. That's exactly what happened down near the end zone when they had the interception for the touchdown.
Lima ready with the kickoff to start the second half, and it's a beauty driving the Braintree returner all the way back to the 12-yard line, where he is wrapped up by number 21, James Givens.
What Givens did, Givens came down the right side, and he just put on the jets. He made the turn at the perfect time inward, and he was able to make that tackle. Nicely done by
Only
Givens.
a 6-yard return.
Close to the 20.
That's what speed will do for you on those special teams.
So the Womps will start from their own 20-yard line to open the second half, and here's a statement stand that the Panthers can make if they can, right out of the locker room. You know these couple of plays are already drawn up. Tellier with the handoff to Luongo, nowhere.
Nothing there.
Looks like Joey Gentile and Owen Zakshevsky at the bottom of that pile.
OZ,
That was Brooks with the carry, number 43.
Lucas Badenkoff, and on the stop.
Brooks with 200 yards and 4 touchdowns coming into this game. Another run by Brooks. And he is a rough runner. Keeps his head down, knocks a couple of Panthers off their pins.
Well, you know, Holliston has a 3-possession lead, so you could certainly come back. You don't have to be taken out of your game at this point. So they're just going to go back to their game plan and play their game plan, which is a couple runs and then throw the ball a little bit.
3rd down and 2 for the Womps. Go to Brooks again.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think he made it. Oh, they're going to give it to him?
Gave him a good spot.
Wow.
He moves the chains.
Because he was right at the 30 there, and I thought he had to cross the 30 more than that to get the first down. But first down anyway, 10.5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter.
James Curry, number 33, comes in at running back.
From the 30.
Tellier fires,
Passes caught. First
complete for 8 or 9.
9-yard gain.
I think what they're trying to do here with Tellier in this passing game right now is just give him a little more confidence after that interception. Let him throw a couple shorter balls or 1 or 2 shorter balls, and then they'll try and go deep maybe.
Well, that was a short one that Dennison picked off for a pick 6.
Running room inside.
Oh, big sophomore running back dragging some Panthers.
Wow,
And drags them all the way to the 40-yard line of Holliston.
that is a great run.
James Curry, number 33. That's one of the biggest runs of the year against Holliston.
And Holliston takes a timeout with 9:48 left to go in the
So
3rd.
we'll take a break. All right, out of that timeout, Panthers got talked to, got a dose of the Womps running game as they came from their own 20 to the Panther 40.
First and 10 from the 39.
Ryan Brooks back in the game, and they hand it off to him on 1st down.
Gain of about 2.
Well, like I said, you can stick with your game plan. I mean, there's plenty of time here. It's only a 3-possession game for Braintree, and they're gonna stick with their game plan. Now, if you take a lot of time off the clock with this drive, and whether you score or not, if Holliston comes right back and scores again, now you're in a little trouble. But for right now, they can play the way they're playing.
2nd down and 8 for Braintree. The fake to Brooks. Go to Johnson. He slips one receiver.
Fumble!
And fumbled! And the
Holliston
Panthers
ball.
got a hold of it.
Holliston ball.
And
Yep.
the Panthers get the ball back. Francoisa Johnson was trying to make some extra yards. He slipped a couple of Panther receivers, but somebody got their hand in there.
And the ball bounced a couple times. When the Holliston play got the hand in.
Who got the recovery?
See it.
I thought I saw it in Cooper Olson's hands, but
Well, it started out in one of the players' hands, whoever was covering.
It bounced around like a hot potato.
Yeah. It went a couple places, went down on the ground, and Holliston was able to recover.
good job by the Panther defense to respond after that timeout. A couple of good plays. Well, 9:07 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Panthers will start their first drive of the 2nd half at the 26.
From the 26.
Kylie
Oh, nice bounce.
hands it off to Harding. He spins his way to the 29.
Jeez, he is so good. That is a nice bounce. He bounced right off the tackle and made a nice move and picked up about 3.5, 4 yards.
2nd and 7.
Clock running, 8:30 left to go in the 3rd.
Go to Lima on the jet play. Number 14 out near a 1st down.
Close to a first down and
See where they mark it. It's just going to be a yard short. So 3rd down and 1 for Holliston.
3rd and 1.
Well, this is a nice place for Holliston, and if they can keep the ball on the ground like this, and
And they're going to go to war.
Yep, smart play here. Keep the ball right on the ground.
Here comes Nick Larch and the War offense. They bring in Kevin Sahagan, number 15. Cooper Olson, number 4. CJ Pacheco, number 44. And Larch just goes forward on the quarterback keeper. And I think he's got enough for the first down. He sneaks out. He's like, hey, why'd you blow the whistle? I'm going for a touchdown.
That shades of Medfield. Remember when he did that in Medfield
That's
last
right.
year? Same thing.
The War offense does its job, gets the ball to the 37.
What a tool. What a tool. You know, you say the carpenters, they know what tool to use, and you get the hammer, you get the saw, and this. Well, these guys got this situation where they got a 3rd and short, and they can go to war, and almost every time it's successful. Meanwhile, the clock keeps running, coming into 7 minutes left to go in the 3rd.
Three receivers to Kylie's left. And we got a delay of game.
Yeah.
Penalty against Holliston.
Play of game against the Panthers. Look it back.
See, these are the things you
First
want
and
to
15.
not be doing now. You get that good rhythm, you get that first down, you get the good run and everything. It's kind of this is kind of what happened a little bit in Milton. It takes them out of their rhythm a little bit.
Kylie, short throw to Harding. Harding's nice run. He picked up the penalty and 5 more yards. So that'll give him a 2nd down and 5, I think.
Well, Harding, the running back, he can thank his 2 wide receivers there, Dennison and
So it'll be
I
second.
think
that
Brady
Brady?
Sweeney
Brady
and
Sweeney.
Gentile were all
yeah,
out that.
down there, almost giving them some nice blocks in the open field. 2nd and, 5?
That's what I'll call it. 2nd and 5. Dennison on the jet play, number 6. And it looks like it's going to be a 3rd down and 1. So after the penalty set back the Panthers, they are 3rd and 1 back in business.
What we haven't seen tonight is I don't think it was going back in there to get this first down. But we hadn't seen any, I don't believe we saw any designed runs by TJ Kiley. He, the last 2 or 3 games, he's been pretty successful with some of those designed runs.
Larch goes forward for the quarterback sneak and a big push from the front 7.
Those guys in the offensive line, they just absolutely love that. You just got to go, and it's strength against strength. It's man against man, and, they like going out there and doing that. We talked about that with Pierce Alachi, and, when we met with the senior captains on media day, and, he gets a big, of course, he's a great kid. He's a big smile and good kid, but we talked to him a little bit about that, and he likes to get in there. And all those linemen, every year after year, they tell me the same thing. They like getting down there in the war offense and pounding away.
After the turnover, the Panthers have marched right to midfield with 4:53 to go in the 3rd quarter. Nice little pass to Harding. He cuts back, evades a couple of tacklers, picks up a 1st down.
The block you're going to see, if you see this play again, is Joey Gentile making a great block because otherwise he was going to be caught in the backfield, and Joey just pushed the defender out of the way, allowing the play to get downfield for the 1st down. These guys are really blocking well tonight.
1st down at the Braintree 37.
Check that. 37. The 37.
Clock running, 4:15 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Matriculate, boys, matriculate.
Yep. Hank Emmons.
1st and 10. Here's Lima in motion. Fake to him on the jet play.
Got it.
Little dump pass to Harding again. And Harding across the 25 to the 24. Another 1st down.
They got a beautifully drawn. What had happened was they had run that play a couple plays earlier, and Lima got the ball going across from left to right. And this time they kind of bit. They had seen it once, Braintree did, so they bit on it that time, and were able to set up that little screen pass.
They marked the ball at the 25. 1st and 10 for Holliston. Two receivers to Kiley's right. Hand off to Harding to the right. He draws some attention from Braintree, but gets 4 yards.
On a gain of 3. 2nd and 7.
They couldn't have drawn this up any better. Coach Kiley, they're getting out there and they're marching towards another score, and we're coming down. There'll be right now there's 3 minutes left in this quarter, and the clock is still running. And this is just absolutely perfect. This is what you want to do: take a drive and eat 5, 6, 7 minutes up and get a score. You can't draw it up any better than that if you're an offensive coach.
2nd down and 7 for the Panthers. Kiley fakes it to Harding. Looks to the corner of the end zone. Incomplete.
I think he was going for Brady. Was he going for Brady? Brady's
He had 3 receivers.
Yeah.
He had a short, a medium, and a long receiver.
I wasn't sure which one, but Brady was coming, and Brady broke open in the very back of the end zone. And if he could have gotten the ball back there, he would have had a touchdown.
3rd down and 7. Clock stopped with 2:38 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Incomplete.
Kiley to his right, incomplete. A quick throw there to Sweeney, just a little high.
Well,
4th down and 7 for Holliston.
Lane Perry was right in his face at the defensive end. We talked about him a couple times. He's having a pretty good game over there at defensive end. Looks like Holliston's going to take a
Holliston's going
timeout.
to take a timeout with 2:34 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a break. All right, 4th down and 8, call it. For Holliston, this is pretty important play. Play of the game, part 1.
Panthers are 1 for 2 on 4th downs tonight.
Kiley with Sweeney to his left and Dennison to his right. Short drop, fires. Gentile there, but just a collision as the ball showed up and knocked away, incomplete. So that, Braintree will take over on their own 23-yard line.
2:29 left to go in the third. Well, obviously they want to score there. That would have been the biggest thing to do. But they did eat. What they did was eat up about 5 minutes, 4.5, 5 minutes on the clock. And you know, as the game gets a little deeper into this quarter and into the fourth quarter, that might be a big help to them.
Handoff to Luongo.
Luongo ahead for about 6.
He's out to the 29. So Braintree trying to get their running game in gear and seem to be doing it successfully. Here's Luongo again.
Oh, nice job. Here comes a flag. I wonder if Holliston might have had too many players on the field. I saw
Braintree would vote for that.
I thought I saw 2 Holliston guys come out and only one, go in and only one come out. Let's see what they're calling here. Yeah, too many men on the field. I thought I saw that. 2 minutes exactly left. It's going to give Braintree a first down. Now, what you don't want to do now is be giving these guys first downs, obviously. You want to make them earn it. You want to make them run that clock. And the other thing you're going to have to be careful with here, Tom, is there's a way to kind of figure out what's going on. At some point, you know they're going to go deep.
They gave him 10 yards on the end of the run. That was a lot more than too many men on the field. That must have been a holding penalty. So Tellier's going to throw this time. Short little throw in the left flat.
Yeah, they're not really telling. We're up in the press box, and they're not really telling us what the penalties are.
So it's 2nd down from the 40.
I was
Second and 6.
I was pretty sure the signal was for the too many men on the field, but
Hand off to Luongo.
great job right
And
there.
Cooper Olsen
Nice job.
stops his forward progress.
See, that's how we talk about this early in some of those other games when your job is to contain and maybe just not just contain, but being able to get out there and make the tackle. He did that out of his linebacker spot. Nice play by Cooper Olsen.
3rd down.
So 3rd down and 6 for Braintree. Tellier looks right. Short pass. Incomplete. Is it complete? No, incomplete.
Pass is ruled
That's going to bring up an important 4th down for Coach Carlson.
Well, give OZ.
But he's got to go for it.
Give OZ credit on that one. He put the pressure on Tellier. Now you can come. Now you can come. You can send your linebackers right here if you want.
Tellier can't step up, and number 56, Grant Harper, got a hold of him. What a sack there.
Yeah. Like I said, you can know there's certain times of the game, there's certain situations in the game where a defensive coach will want to send, and that was a perfectly called blitz by Coach Athey. 40 seconds left to go in the third.
I just saw that that Harper checked in for Alachi, and what a sack.
Yeah.
Came right up the middle, just like Pierce does. So.
Well, you know, Grant Harper, he goes home and his father says, if I can't call your name, I'm not going to just make up anything and call your name. So he had to go out there and make the sack. Nice job by Grant, the senior.
So a turnover on downs with 40 seconds left in the third quarter. The Panthers are going to have the ball at the 38, at the 43-yard line. And there's
Yeah,
going
it's
to be
a
a
little- yeah.
procedure penalty.
Yeah,
There are
definitely.
too many Panthers moving around.
Another flag
Legal shift.
against the Panthers.
5 yard back. See, you gotta. This is what you can't do now. You say, well, you're up 21-0. There's 37 seconds left in the
No.
third. We're in pretty good shape. But you don't want to have that kind of habit. Getting into those bad habits. You got to watch your stuff and understand what's going on.
Well, they bounced back last time they started with a 5-yard penalty. First and 15 for Holliston. Fake to Sweeney.
Complete intended for Harding. Third down.
So incompletion brings up second down and 15 with 33 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Now, what you can do if you want is you can run a play. If you don't have to go for everything. If you want to run a play and make a few yards and get into the fourth quarter, or you can try and go deep. I think going deep might be an option here.
I like Dennison deep. Here comes Sweeney on the jet play.
Ooh,
And
Sweeney.
ball's
ball's
out.
loose. And Braintree's got it.
Yep.
Braintree has the fumble recovery.
They strung that play out pretty good. We got a player down. We'll take a quick break. Well, first and 10 for the Womps. They're going to be at the Panther 48-yard line with 25 seconds left here in the third quarter. Tellier to pass. He goes deep.
Passes.
And just like that, number 3 into the end zone. Mario Francois Johnson.
Mario Francois Johnson.
Well,
Number 3.
it just said a couple seconds ago, you can't keep making these mistakes. You can't have penalties. You can't, have turnovers. You think you're ahead 21-0, and you think you're going to be okay, but it doesn't work out that way. And now all of a sudden, this is 21-6 game with the extra point coming up.
Ryan Brooks will try
Braintree lines up for the extra point. Ryan Brooks to attempt the kick. Blocked.
Looked like Andrew
So
Dennison.
PAT is no good.
He and Cooper Olsen both had
And
penetration.
18 seconds left in the third quarter. It is 21-6. Well, Braintree went to their big playmaker, Tellier to Johnson.
And the reason they did that was because they knew that Sweeney was out of the game. Sweeney would have been covering him there, and they very, very wisely the coaching staff picked that up, and they knew Sweeney wouldn't be out there. Now they know who Sweeney is. They see the tapes and everything. Everybody knows who Brady Sweeney is at this point, and they knew he wasn't going to be out there, and they just let their big guys go get it. And that ball was really thrown very, very well, Tom. That was really nicely done.
For Francois Johnson, that was his 5th touchdown of the season. Tellier, his 6th touchdown pass. For Cooper Olsen and Andrew Dennison deep for Holliston. Kick all the way to the 10-yard line for Dennison. Dennison races to the Holliston sideline, gets the 30-yard line just beyond it.
To about the 30.
See where they mark it.
It's nice to have Lima are available now that, you know, Sweeney, I don't know if he's going to be available for the rest of the game or not. Maybe, I don't know if he's going to be out there. But if not, it's nice to have Lima out there as another pass catcher.
So Lima is going to the right, Dennison to the left. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. 11 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Handoff to Harding. He stopped right at the 30. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Panthers lead the Womps 21-6. We'll be back with fourth quarter action in just a moment. All right, so 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers as we start the fourth quarter, a fresh 12 minutes on the clock. Kiley to his right. Intended for Lima, incomplete.
You see now, the Braintree's had a little taste of it there. Now they're getting a little aggressive. They're bringing those safeties down in there a little bit and setting up the box so that they're kind of thinking, well, Holliston's probably may want to run a couple times here to get that clock moving. If not, it's stopping the clock if Holliston gets an incompletion. So kind of read those safeties and kind of see what they're doing a little bit and see if they're going to come after Holliston or not. Actually, the way they're set up, personally, I would send a safety, move one of the linebackers, have them come back and play safety because the Holliston, the defensive line might get a little mixed up if they do that. Offensive line, I'm sorry, might get a little mixed up.
3 receivers to Kiley's right. He looks right, fires over the middle. Number 6, Andrew Dennison. He's in a foot race for the goal line. One man to beat. Touchdown, Panthers! Well, Holliston has some big playability of their own. A big 3rd down and 9 situation. TJ Kiley connects with Andrew Dennison for a big touchdown with 11:41 to go in the fourth quarter.
Speed, and more speed. That's what Holliston can do. You know, you can lose somebody, but you still got speed on that other side of that line. And Dennison was able to make that, and he just did the rest of it on his own.
69 yards on the bomb from Kiley to Dennison.
McElliott lines up for the kick.
Good.
And it is good. He's 4 for 4 on the night. And the Panthers push their lead to 3 scores, 28-6. 69 yards from TJ Kiley to Andrew Dennison. That's his 2nd touchdown of the night for Dennison. That's the 3rd touchdown pass of the game for TJ Kiley, giving him 28 on his Panther career, 8th of the season.
Well, good call by Coach Kiley and the coaching staff over there. I'm not sure if they saw what we were seeing up here, but we did see those safeties starting to come in. Now, the safeties are starting to come in because they're trying to take away the run, but when you do that, you've got to be extremely careful because if you get a Dennison or a Sweeney or even a Lima, a one-on-one out there, they're going to catch the ball. If they catch the ball, you know, it could be Katie by the door, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh, my
there.
gosh, the speed with Dennison when he caught that about midfield, man, he hit that sideline and he was gone.
I thought for sure they were going to push him out of bounds somewhere down around the 10-yard line, but they couldn't even get to him.
He had the angle. He had the speed to the sideline, and there was just enough room there for number 6 to squeak on through for a 69-yard touchdown. Lima's kick skeeters up taken at the 19 by Johnson, and he stopped just short of the 30-yard line.
Okay, with 11:34 to go now, you got a big quarterback, you got a big receiver, you got the Holliston starting safety out, and what you might see here is you might see a run play here and there, maybe in the first play of the run play, but they've got to get that ball downfield now. There's no two ways about it. They got to score, and they got to score a lot, and they got to score a lot very, very quickly.
So 1st and 10 for Braintree from their own 29. Tellier with the handoff to Luongo.
Longo, maybe two.
I don't know if you saw over here on the right-hand side for Holliston. Joey Gentile was over there, and he wasn't being blocked. He wasn't being blocked, and his eyes must have been like 3 inches wide looking at Tellier. And that's what we're going to have to do now is put some pressure on Tellier and let him throw the ball and not be comfortable throwing it and see if he can get another turnover here.
2nd and 8 for Braintree. Johnson on the jet play. He's picked up another couple of yards.
That I'm telling you right now that Holliston defensive line and linebackers have just played out of their mind tonight. They've done a sensational job. They really have, you know, and them and that offensive line. We talked about earlier the offensive line, how they can control everything, but that defensive line starts playing like this with the speed they have in that defense. They're tough to score on.
So 3rd down and 6. Tellier to pass. Lets one go up the left-hand side, testing Givens. James Givens was step for step.
Well, I want to tell you something.
The number 29, Dioso.
James Givens played that absolutely perfectly, just wonderfully. You know, that's one of those times, you know, you can see the referees kind of going, they're going to go for that flag, and they didn't, and wisely they didn't because it was not pass interference.
So 4th and 6. Looks like the Womps are going to punt.
Yeah, just make sure they punt right here. You don't care about getting the
Here's
return.
a time for a good point. I mean, 4th and 6. Holliston has Lima and number 6, Andrew Dennison, back to receive the punt. And it is away over Dennison. He backs up to the 30. He's going to take it and return it. He crosses the 45 to the 46. And we got a flag. Came in late there from one of the referees.
Blocking the back against Holliston.
Okay.
So that'll set him back a little bit. 10:08 left to go in the ball game.
I'm going to press the war button right now.
Well, war would be a great place to go, Tom. You're absolutely right because you want to eat up some of that clock and, you know, get things going a little bit. You can eat up that clock and get downfield and make 3 or 4 first downs, and you're going to be in tremendous shape.
Well, I just remember so many clock-chewing drives by the Panthers in their war offense. They're going to start it with the spread. Dennison wide to the left. Lima to the right. Handoff to Harding. Nice job by number 3. He spins all the way to the 40-yard line.
You know, those safeties pulling back in again. Of course, now they really think Holliston's going to run the ball, so they're coming up. But one more time, you have a shot at somebody. And a lot of times, you know, with Dennison, they're worried about Dennison. And again, like they would before with Dennison and Sweeney, that opens it up for McCarron and Gentile.
2nd and 5 for the Panthers. Clock running with 9:26 to go in the 4th quarter. Handoff to Harding. He's got a first down as he crosses the 45. The front 6 for the Panthers doing the job out of this spread offense.
And this is where Holliston's going to kind of take their time a little bit.
I saw TJ wait for the referee to raise his arm, showing 10 seconds to go. Try to play the clock a little bit.
Hand will go up here in a second.
He's going to wait.
There
There
he
goes
goes.
the arm. 1st and 10 for Holliston. Harding Or Cooper
Oh, that's
Olsen,
Olsen.
number 4.
Oh, look at him. Look at him take the field.
And he gets 5 or 6 whomps to back up.
Well, they
Number 4 carried the Braintree defense on his back.
They tried to whomp him, but it didn't work, did it?
Big flat.
2nd down and 3.
Grant Harper up front on that one.
Clock still running, coming up on
Call it 2nd and 3.
right now. There's going to be 8 minutes left in the ball game. Holliston taking their time again, wisely. Hand goes up, 10 seconds left.
Hand off to Olsen.
Whoa.
And he's knocked backwards about 5 yards or more. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8, maybe.
In there for Braintree.
Braintree really got upfield on that play.
4-yard loss. 3rd and 7.
Well, Holliston, don't lose that yardage, boys. You got to get out there quickly. Set up. 10, no, hand hasn't gone up yet. There you go.
Kylie to pass. Out to Harding.
First
Harding's
down.
got some room.
First down.
Right in front of the Panther bench. He's got another 1st down and about a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, that, for Braintree right there,
He's-
they came in, they had someone right in TJ's face, and he just stood his ground and just lofted it right over the kid's hands and to Harding, and that was it.
I think that's one of the plays where they let somebody come,
Yeah, they do. No,
You
it was, and that's what I'm saying.
but it
That's-
leaves Harding open, and he's got such great hands.
6 and a half. 1st and 10 from the 36.
So 1st and 10 as the Panthers move into Womp territory. 6:29, the clock is running left in the game. 1st and 10. Kylie to Harding.
Harding for maybe a yard.
Just another very efficient drive by Holliston, and once again, as I said back in the first half, this is a coach's dream. Just control that ball, control that clock, keep that other team's offense off the field. Sometimes it's not the prettiest, it's not the most fun, it's not running up and down the field, it's not long bomb touchdowns, but boy, is it effective.
2nd and 8 for Holliston. Lima on the jet play. Trying to find couldn't find a seam down there,
Well, they strung that out very nicely.
but he wasn't going to get pushed out of bounds. No way.
You're right. Very smart of him not to get pushed out of bounds, and Braintree did a really nice job of stringing that run out.
So 3rd down and 10. This is 4 down territory for the Panthers. We're down to 5:09, clock running. Kylie fakes it to Harding. He's got Gentile in the flat. And number 9 stays in bounds down to the 20-yard line. Joey
Well-
G with a clutch catch on 3rd down.
TJ coming to his right, got that ball up a little bit high, but it was a really, really pretty catch by.
Number 9 climbed the
Yeah.
ladder, as they say. Pull that one in.
This has been just a sensational drive of just eating that clock up.
So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Panthers in the red zone again. Harding breaks away from a couple of tacklers. He's close to another 1st down.
On 9.
2nd and 1 for Holliston.
4 minutes left in the ball
4
game.
minutes to go.
I just saw Pierce Alachi, like he was chopping wood or some sort. What a character.
He is. I tell you, that's one of the great all-time names. Piesolaci. Clock keeps running.
2nd and 1 from the 11.
Coming up on 3.5 minutes left here and another couple seconds.
Harding
Ooh.
hit right away by number 33. That was the sophomore running back that we saw. It was a good hit by James Curry.
It was a good hit.
James Curry with the big hit.
It's going to bring up
Loss of
3rd
2.
down and 3. But the clock keeps running.
Well,
Down to 3 minutes and it's still going.
let's see if they don't get the first down here. You know what they'll do. If they get that up close, they'll go back to war.
They go to Cooper Olson, who slips to the left side. Touchdown, Panthers! Well, Coach Kiley dialed up the right play there. The front line just made a huge hole for number 4 to slide through. And Cooper Olson is in the end zone for his first touchdown of the season.
I love it when the kids make us look good, Tom, and that offensive line, we talked about them early. We said, you know, if they do their job and they're going to have a good night, then you know Holliston's going to have a good night, and that's what they've done. They've had a good night, as have their counterparts on the defensive line.
Delegate's kick is good.
Is up and good, so number 30 is 5 for 5 on the night, and it's 35-6.
Now 2:42 left to go in this ball game, a ball game that, you know, Holliston really needed, and they really came back and took it, you know. And it's, you know, we talk about, sometimes people talk about how adversity, you know, builds character, and I always say it doesn't build character, it reveals character, and I think that's what happened tonight. These kids came out, and just like last year at the end of the year when they had a couple tough losses and then they come back and win 5 straight. Well, they had a couple of that big loss down in Milton to a really, really solid Milton team, and you know, here they come here tonight, and they continue to put it to Braintree 35-6.
Yeah,
Oh,
guys,
you're-
that was sorry, Tom, that
Go
was
ahead.
a 55-yard touchdown drive, 11 plays. They took over just with a little bit over 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, 7.5 minutes on the drive.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's absolutely
Lama's
perfect.
kick drives Johnson all the way back to the 5. Givens in there knocked him off his trajectory, and now he keeps his feet. Panther. Is this football or rugby?
Well-
that looked like a scrum to me.
Well, as far as Holliston's concerned, the longer they keep that go, the better, you know. You know, you try and compare scores. We talked in the beginning of the year how I've always said it takes at least 3 games to kind of figure out where you are and your opponents versus their opponents and everything. And here comes Braintree after a really, really bombarding Framingham with a huge loss. And they come here tonight and really get it right back at them by Holliston.
Tellier scrambling. And he slides in at the 25.
Yeah, I don't think the coach really wanted to see that. You know, the last thing you want to do in a game like this is get your starting quarterback and a good one, Tellier, and get him hurt. But, you know, here we are, Holliston in D4, and they're, you know, beating a D1 team. That's pretty impressive.
Tellier back to pass, fires to his right.
Intercepted.
Oh!
Oh, almost.
Well defended out there by number 12 of Braintree. That was going to be an interception or maybe a pick 6 for number 12. Our number 12. March was out there in the flat.
1:48 left to go.
3rd
Ball
down
game.
and 7 for Braintree. And Luongo is ahead for a first down.
Oh, who got him and held on? Who was that? Was that OZ?
I'm
No, I
not
I
quite-
think that was Gentile.
Oh, that was Gentile, yeah.
Yeah.
Joey Gentile just just hung on for dear life.
G, and on the stop,
Looked like those old cowboy movies where the guy's dragged by his horse a few miles, you know.
so was James Gibbons.
Brooks is open in the flat,
Oh,
and
nice
he's hit
tackle.
right away.
Loss of about 5.
Nice tackle there by Nick Larsh.
Well, what Nick did, he was being blocked. There was a guy right there. He just kind of avoided the block and went in and made the tackle.
Loss of 4 on the play.
Clock is running. 1:05 left to go in the ball game.
1 minute to go.
Big win, Tom, for Holliston.
Tellier
Oh, they almost got him.
avoids a tackler.
David Villa had the pressure.
You know, it's going to be very interesting to see.
That was David Villa that was in there that forced him out of the pocket.
Going to be interesting to see what Los has for rushing stats, because I saw 2 big rushing plays that they had, and other than that, I didn't see much. They had that one play that the sophomore there dragged the whole pile 20 yards, but in one play right before that. But other than that, you know, it's going to be really fun to see what the stats are here.
Yeah, here's a preview. They only had 70 yards rushing for the whole game.
Tellier on 3rd down,
Got him.
and he goes down. He's sacked.
There goes your rushing
David
stats.
Villa, number 51, made no mistake that time with a little help from number 8, Owen Oshesky.
That'll do
And
it.
that's going to do it. Panthers 35, Womps 6. Well, it was a big turnaround game.
Yeah,
You know,
it was.
the Panthers, couple of early scores, they were struggling a little bit to find their rhythm. And then that big touchdown, defensive touchdown just before the
Yeah.
half by Dennison. And again, when they turn the ball over, doesn't the defense come back with another turnover? Just the same play later.
Well, the defense did a great job all around, Tom. They used their speed. They held the rush game and everything. We'll see the stats in a second from Carlos. The rush game and they've done a really good job defensively tonight too. Now you look at the scoreboard and you see the 35. I'm just as impressed with the 6 that's up there, because other than that one long bomb, Holliston really kept this game under control defensively.
And now Luce with the final lowdown.
Thank you, Tom. The final score from committee and field. The Panthers exact revenge over the Womps from Braintree from last year's loss. They win tonight 35-6. Where do we start with the stats? We'll start with total yardage. 373 total yards for the Panthers. That's 304 passing yards. We'll get to TJ Kiley's stats in a little bit. That's 69 yards rushing for the Panthers. For Braintree, 145 total yards, 75 yards passing, 70 yards rushing. Turnovers kind of played a big part in this game. In terms of turnover margin, the Panthers did something that they could not do last year. They win the turnover margin +1 over Braintree. The turnovers were several interceptions for the Panthers, whereas the Womps were able to capitalize on a couple of fumbles by Holliston. If we go to individual stats for Holliston, quarterback TJ Kiley was 19 of 29 for 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, just a heck of a night by the Holliston quarterback. Rushing, leading rusher for the Panthers was Devin Harding, as you might expect. He had 47 yards on 18 carries. Cooper Olson scored a touchdown, his first touchdown of the year, to go along with 13 yards rushing. And then for the receiving leaders for Holliston, ton of players racking up receiving yards in this game. TJ was able to spread the ball around pretty effectively. We'll go with the leading receiver. That was Andrew Dennison. As you might imagine, he had 88 yards on 2 catches, including a 69-yard bomb that he scored from Kiley. The other touchdown receivers were Joey Gentile and Owen McCarron caught a touchdown early in the first half. Dennison had 88 total yards. I think I mentioned that. Brady Sweeney had a great game catching the football as well. He had 85 yards on 4 catches. Joey Gentile with 48 yards receiving, and Devin Harding, not to be outdone, 53 yards receiving the football. He had 100 all-purpose yards in this game. Just a great game by Devin Harding. For Braintree, quarterback James Tellier was 8 of 21 for 75 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Their leading rusher was Ryan Brooks. He had 54 yards on 8 carries. Steve Longo had 28 yards. And their leading receiver was their star receiver, Mario Franciosa Johnson. He had 50 yards on 3 catches, including a long 48-yard touchdown reception from Tellier. Defensively for the Panthers, just a ton of contributors here on the stat sheet. Owen Zakshevsky led all tacklers tonight. He had 7 recorded tackles, including a sack. David Villa had 6 tackles and a sack. CJ Pacheco, Cooper Olson, and Pierce Alachi, as well as Joey Gentile, all had 4 tackles in this game as well. Pierce Alachi had a big sack, as well as Grant Harper with a sack in this game. Interceptions, we had 2 to Andrew Dennison, including a pick 6 in this game. Just an amazing defensive effort for Andrew. And then we had a fumble recovery. Also, this game did not catch who had that fumble recovery, but that was the after the long pass reception by Braintree. They coughed it up at the end there on the sideline, and one of the Holliston Panthers scooped it up. So for more stats and information on the Holliston Panthers, you can follow us on Twitter at HCatFootball, and that's the lowdown.
Thanks, Los. We want to thank our staff here, our crew. We had Christian Boudet here on this magical computer doing a nice job, Christian. Bruce Guilfoy high above courtside. Up on the roof. He's up on the roof. I'll Lisa Hedrick. And thank you to Lowe's. Tom, you did it again. You keep doing this for this team. 35-6. Holliston beats Braintree, and as Bill Belichick would say, it's on to Ashland.
On to Ashland. Dominating defense and clutch offense tonight.
See you next week. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.